Hi, my name is Seth Barnett. I'm a freshman at Clemson University, and I'm majoring in architecture. This is my new student dialogue video. My group was Crossing Borders, which was basically talking about the different ethical and cultural differences in Clemson students, and is more focused toward a whole and a secular view. To start the dialogue out, we uh, started with one person talking about something that they have done, and then they would start a circle, and then another person would have to relate to it in some way and join the circle. The goal of the circle was to have everyone join in the circle and tie arms together in a way, or cross arms. And the point was that there are many differences between us, but we can all relate in some way or another. The next part of the group discussion talked about what the differences in a dialogue and a discussion and a debate is, and showing that what our meeting was about was a dialogue in discussing these issues, but not in a discussion in which we try to achieve some goal, but basically to show what everyone was thinking about the topic. In which a lot of people were either reserved or they were very active in the dialogue and telling of their opinions and their thoughts about the differences between one another. In the next part of the dialogue, we were given a sheet with a characteristic wheel in which we were able to make a chart that showed what we valued more in our lives, and which really showed us what affects us in our life, whether it's religion, family, social slash more like economic status, and just to really show the differences there in not necessarily with your culture that you grow up with, but within your culture there are differences due to the way your family lives, basically, uh, based on money, status within the community, and just several local things that show the differences in our culture as the American culture. Shows the differences between the citizens here in the U.S. After this, we were broken up into groups and we talked with two other people and shared our differences in order to show that we as Clemson students are very different from one another, as many of us are from more up north like New Jersey and Massachusetts, places like that. Whereas Clemson's in the South and South Carolina, and there's a big difference in between here and places with people from Florida and Georgia. And it's just different every state. But after this, we watched a video in which a woman from Africa, one of the more economically stable countries, I don't remember exactly which one, but she came to America, and she was always viewed as someone who probably ran with lions or something crazy like that because she was from Africa. And that label is often mistaken, especially here in America, because our we're just we're seen as this unintelligent nation who has a big military and guns and weaponry, and that's where our power comes from. Which also brings about, the issue of the differences in different countries, in which each one has a different opinion of one another, or each one has their own characteristic due to the past actions or the history of the nation, and in which usually Europeans are seen as intelligent, rich, and Africans are seen as a warring nation who is plagued with poverty and disease, which is not necessarily true, because Africa is a huge country, and in which they don't suffer these issues. And overall from this, you get to see the variety in the students and basically cultural variety in the Clemson University, and really see the differences between each students who are from the U.S.